Welcome to the Faster, Easier, Better show with your hosts Lee Silber and Ellen Goodwin.
Welcome to another episode of the Faster, Easier, Better show. I'm your co-host Ellen Goodwin, along with my co-host.
You hear those crickets? What if I wasn't here? What would you do?
Actually,
Actually, because it has happened.
If you're not here, I just go on, and you know what? It's not nearly as fun.
But you find a way.
Absolutely, I find a way.
And I think efficiency is sometimes just being able to do the most with the least. When you don't have everything you need and you don't want to spend the money to go buy the solution, you don't want to hire someone to solve the problem, you find a way. And that ability to be able to, on the fly, solve problems, fix things, make things happen is a huge efficiency asset.
Absolutely, it is. It's like MacGyvering things. For you children, MacGyver used to be a show back in like 70s?
Well, there was a new version
There's a
of
new
it, so
version,
which just
yeah.
had its last season last year, so
But
it's
yes,
relevant.
taking things and we always used to joke that he'd make a bomb out of a coffee filter, a screwdriver, and a piece of string.
Well, there was a great quote, I'm paraphrasing, but something to the effect of, in many episodes, he solved the world's problems with a paperclip.
Can't go wrong with paperclip.
So I think when we talk about certain skills that you're not born resourceful, you're not born clever and creative, you learn it. And the more you do it, the better you get. And I think part of that is you get more confident. You're able to, hey, all you really need is duct tape and WD-40. You fix almost anything. Make it go or make it stop, right?
Exactly.
But, if you have that ability to, instead of, coming across a problem and say, oh, well, I've got to do this to figure it out. I need that person. I got to spend money on this product or the service. If you could just say, I'm going to find a way. I'm going to make it happen. I'm going to, at least temporarily to keep it going. I think that's efficient.
I think it is too. And I think it's one of those things rather than thinking black and white, which is, oh, this is broken. I need to call this kind of tradesperson to fix it. What if you went with gray and said, how might I fix this? What are the ways I might fix this or change it? But how could I do it? And start challenging your brain. Take a piece of paper and come up with silly ideas, because one of those silly ideas might be the thing that works perfectly.
Yeah. So for those people who, like to write, the tactile people, or those who just, are more kinesthetic and want to just get hands on and I'm trying to teach this to my kids because I think it's an invaluable skill for them. And my son has a brand new electric bike, and I accidentally threw away the charger. At the time I was building his bike, all the parts got mixed together. Like, well, these are the extra, the junk, the box and the packaging. Anyway, problem. The problem is he needs a way to charge his bike. So his friend goes on vacation for a week. And I said to him, why don't you ask to borrow his charger? They have the same exact batteries. I want him to start thinking like that. So now he's sitting there for a week with no bike to ride but the solution was there.
It was there.
It was there. And if your mind is open to possibilities, open to, not being afraid to ask, can I borrow your charger? Or looking it up on YouTube and let someone else, who's already solved the problem, give you some ideas, and then you take it and run with it. This is efficiency.
Absolutely. You know where this parallels? Cooking. And it's not that I'm a great cook, but cooking is all about improvising. Really, you've got the recipe, and then, oh my goodness, I don't have any dried thyme. Well, you know what? Maybe you don't need time. Maybe you could use something else, and like you're saying, ask your neighbor. Maybe they've got some. Or you put in a different spice and it changes the whole dish, but in a good way. But cooking is a framework that involves problems, because very rarely, I know at my house, I'll be like, yeah, I got 6 of the 8 ingredients and we're still having it.
Right.
It may not be exactly what we think it's going to be, but it might be better.
Shrimp scampi a la Ellen.
Exactly.
I had the same thing happen, and yada, 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 white beans and canned tomatoes solved the problem, which was never my original intention for this dish.
Right.
You know who's really good at this? Wayne, our producer. He is he's MacGyver reincarnated. He's always coming up with different ways of making things work that most people would have thrown away or given up on or taken to the shop.
Yeah.
Wayne, are you there?
Just barely.
See? He made that happen.
He did. He did. No, my dad used to be like that. It would be like, well, this isn't working. And it was for necessity because back then it wasn't like, oh, let's go on, overnight it from somewhere. Oh, let me find that. He had to be. And he had the stuff in the garage like, okay, this isn't working and we're going to make it work like this. And it was fascinating. Sometimes it was like, really? That's how you're going to make it work? But it would.
I think it is sort of generational. The guy that is on Shark Tank, Damon.
Johns?
Yes.
That's not right.
But anyway, he's one of my favorite guys on the show. He's smart. But anyway, he wrote a book called The Power of Broke. And basically what he's saying is when you have money, you become stupid and lazy. And when you don't have money, you become very innovative and creative and efficient in getting things done, finding a way. And so, after doing this show for so long, I thought, what have we never talked about and covered? And this was something that very close to my heart because I don't want to brag. I talked about my dad and other people. I'm that guy, though. I
threw
am
the charger. Let's just be serious.
Hey!
You threw the charger away.
True that. But why did I bring up that?
Because I'm never going to let you forget it.
Nope. But there's 100 other examples of things I've fixed with random parts that I saved from other projects. When you put some back together, like, extra parts.
Extra. Was there supposed to be extra parts?
That can't be good. But I feel like me not having to go to the store, me not having to call up a repairman and wait for him to show up, me not having to, just wait for the solution to figure it out on the fly is something that saved me a lot of time and effort and secret of my success.
So, not having the parts, not having the equipment,
and practicing this skill of when you see a problem, look for the solution, right?
Yes.
Trust that you can come up with one. And if you can't, even in the effort of trying is worth it.
You're building that muscle.
Yes, thank you.
Absolutely.
And don't throw things away until you double check.
Words to live by. Thanks for listening. Be sure and like and review our show and be back with us again next week for another episode of the Faster, Easier, Better Show.